This is celery root. Most people walk past it because it looks intimidating and weird and strange. Maybe you've gotten celery root in your CSA vegetable box, or maybe you walked past it in the market and wondered, what can you do with it? Today, I'm going to show you how to go to its center and how there's 3 different ways that you can cook it. One for beginner, one intermediate, and one for the advanced home cook. So stick around. I'm going to help you develop your root vegetable intuition and turn this irregular, weird looking root into a delicious dish. Welcome to Seasonal Intuition. I'm Tony. This channel is about food and cooking. The goal of the channel is to help you improve your cooking skills and intuition so you can stop following recipes and start following your heart. Before we get going, I want to build a little bit of your intuition and introduce celery root if you've never used it or don't know what it is. It is a cousin of the celery sticks that we typically are used to. It is a root vegetable. So fundamentally, anywhere that you use potatoes, carrots, turnips, any dish would work really good with celery root. So as a next step, I'm going to show you how to get to the core of the meat so it looks more like a root versus a weird hairy thing. Sometimes it comes with green stalks that look like celery. They do taste like celery, so you can use it as you normally do in a green celery. So it has a bottom and a top. My suggestion is to start from the top and create a base for you. It will be really slippery if you don't have a base to hold on to when you're cutting it. So I'm going to start and I'm going to take both ends. And as you can see, now it's much more stable and I can start peeling it and just cutting away. And you do need a proper knife versus a peeler. We'll get to the peeler, but the skin is hard enough to where you can't really do it with a normal potato peeler. This is about halfway done. And you can see that it has a nice meat that is cleared from all the roots parts of the vegetable. So here is the full celery root cleared of all the roots. It is oxidized like a potato, so it would be great if you wanted to not oxidize to use your lemon and just generously sprinkle over. We're gonna get to the first recipe, which is for beginners. We're gonna make French fries. I think of French fries and they're super tasty. Celery fries are equally tasty with a richer, nuttier texture and flavor. So I'm going to take a third of this celery root and show you how I've prepped. Here I have 2.5 cups of celery that's cut up in French fry length, and we're going to quickly fry it, add some salt and pepper, and taste it together. So I'm going to put this to the side and I'm going to take my celery root and this is now nice and stable. And I'm going to cut it just like I would a potato. And then you can make them as thick or as thin as you like. The texture and proportion is 1-to-1. So wherever you would use potatoes, 1 cup, you would use 1 cup of celery. Now I'm going to show you the bowl of celery fries, and I'm going to sprinkle about a tablespoon of olive oil just to make sure, because we use some lemon juice to not oxidize the celery root. If you drop it into hot oil, it may actually squirt and get you with a little bit of hot oil. So adding the olive oil beforehand helps with that. Also, I'm going to season it. I like to season my fries ahead of time. So I'll take 2 pinches of salt. We're going to take it from the top here. I have the celery fries ready to go. I have coated them with 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, and I've used 2 pinches of salt to just season them a little bit. And now I'm going to heat up my pan. I'm going to take 3 tablespoons of olive oil. You can use any vegetable oil, and I'm going to leave it to about medium to high. So it's going to be about 6.5 on my stove. Everyone's stove is different. This is about a quarter cup of olive oil, possibly a little more. So have a plate with a little paper towel to absorb some of the oil as they're ready to come out. Okay, so the oil is ready to go. You can take a look and see it's bubbling. The more you crowd the celery fries, the more softer they will be. So this is about as much as I would do. I wouldn't do that any further. We are at the 5-minute mark. I want to show you the French fries are starting to get golden brown, and you can see they're really beautiful. I'm going to turn them really quickly. They'll probably be ready in about 3 minutes, and then we can taste it together. So I've turned all the French fries, and you can take a look at how they are. They're just gorgeous. So they probably need another 2 to 3 minutes. If you like them extra crispy, hold on to them for another minute or two. Okay, so the French fries are just about ready. So we're gonna take them out of the pan. They really needed just about 2 minutes. You can take a look and see they're really golden brown. If I keep them longer, I'm worried that they're gonna burn. And I love my French fries with some pepper, so I'm looking forward to coating them with some pepper and just a little bit of salt. I'm not gonna put salt just yet. I'm gonna taste it first and see how it is, and then I'll add the salt. So I've got some pepper on them. They're happy and cooling down. I am gonna take a bite. Oh, it's really hot. It's pretty perfect. I don't know that I would add any more salt. I'm gonna go in for one more bite. It's like soft and nutty. You can't just have one.
Thank you.
My mom is in town. We have a very, very special guest. And she...
So happy to be with my son-in-law and my daughter. They're helping me a lot.
All right.
And I'm very thankful.
Taste it. Taste it.
Mm.
Does it need more salt?
No, I think it's perfect. This will be great.
Can you talk about the texture? How does it taste? Similar?
Very similar to the French fries, the true French fries from potato. And it's gonna be really great with a mixture of mayo and ketchup just to dip it. It's gonna be perfect appetizer or side dish. I love it.
How is it different from a potato?
The potato is softer. This is a little bit, how to explain it? It's soft. It's very soft, but it has a little more texture. The potato is kind of a melting. This has a little bit structure when you eat it.
Mommy, thank you for coming to us. This is your little snack until we tape the 2 more dishes that I promised.
Thank you
So
much.
we're gonna move on to dish number 2. The intermediate recipe that we're gonna show you is celery mash, which is exactly like mashed potatoes. You would use the same portions for celery mash as you would for potatoes. And you would use the same favorite ingredients that you would make for mashed potatoes with celery. So I'm going to show you really quickly how you prepare the celery to be boiled with water and a little bit of salt as you do for mashed potatoes. So I'm going to take a third of my celery root and I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to make cubes of it. Here is the ready to go cubed celery root, and I measured out 2.5 cups of celery root, and I placed it at medium heat to boil for about 20 minutes. My oven is a little slow, so on faster ovens it's probably 10 or 15 minutes. And so I had the water cover the celery root, and this is the finished product. So it's basically 2.5 cups of cubed celery root. I'm gonna drain it, and then we're gonna make mashed celery root really quickly. So just how you have mashed potatoes, I drained the remaining water and I left it so you can see the cubes. And then I have a really old school masher. Don't make fun of it. So I'm going to mash it through. Okay, so you've got mashed celery root ready to go. It's got a little bit of water, that's okay. So we're gonna add 3 pinches of salt, the way I like it. And then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter. My butter is unsalted. If your butter is salted, think about that when you're salting your mashed potatoes. You may wanna leave your salt out. I really like mashed potatoes with butter, so if my mom was doing this recipe, she would probably double the butter. She loves butter. All right, the butter is almost fully melted in here, so I'm gonna add my splash of milk. This is a little bit too much, so I would say like I'm gonna start with 1 tablespoon. Okay, so this is my finished product, so you can take a look, and it's gorgeous. I'm gonna mix the pepper in, and it's ready to be tasted. So it's got a different taste than mashed potatoes. There is a little bit of freshness in the taste, a little bit grassiness that you don't get in the mashed potatoes. It's really, really tasty. I feel like it needs a little more salt, so I'm gonna add another pinch and 1 more. I'm gonna add a little more pepper. So this is where you build your intuition. You taste along the way and you make it exactly how you love. Now I'm going to show you how you can use celery root as your main ingredient and an anchor for your salad using the ABCD framework. So quickly, I will show you how I slice up the root. And I'm going to use a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you can use a mandolin, or you can cut it up just more finely, or you can use anything that you would normally, like a grinder, a cheese grinder. They're not a particular size. You can cut it any way that you like. Whoops, I didn't get it in the right place. Let's try this again. I chopped it up, not crazy fine, just in chunk pieces, and it will be my anchor ingredient for my salad. So I have some pre-made right here. I'm going to use that. That is my anchor ingredient. My bite today is going to be my shallot. Okay, shallots are ready to go into the salad, and this is half of a shallot. My companion ingredient today is an orange. You can use any citrus. I think this is technically a blood orange. You don't need to use a blood orange. This is what was in my CSA box, and so this is why I'm using it, to make sure that I use all my ingredients. And then we are into our dressing. So our dressing is going to be very simple. It's going to be olive oil, vinegar, salt, and pepper. So I'm going to do a tablespoon of olive oil, a tablespoon of vinegar that we're going to start with, balsamic vinegar. I do have a video. If you want more details on the dressing, I will link it in the comments. I'm going to add some pepper, and then I'm going to add a little bit of salt, like half a teaspoon to start. And I need a mixing ingredient, which I forgot. So we're going to take 2 forks and we're going to mix the salad. And we're going to taste and adjust accordingly. It's really crunchy. It's very balanced. It's very fresh, and it tastes really lovely. I don't think I would change anything. It doesn't need more salt. It doesn't need any more pepper. If you've got celery root now, you have 3 different ways that you can possibly think about using. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Let me know how you try your celery root and how it came up.